Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today we are doing our first quarterly new author audit for 2024. Last year I realized that I read a good amount of new to me authors within the year, and so because I had so many at the end of 2023, I decided to break this up quarterly so that it's not super long. So I will go through all of the new to me authors that I have read so far this year, what I read by them, and if I would read from them again. Starting off with Michael J Sullivan. Robin and I buddy read Theft of Swords, and I actually really liked it. I didn't think that I would, but I would definitely read from him again. She and I are hoping to continue that series later this year, so definitely yes. Hopefully if we do finish this trilogy and end up liking it, we'll move on to his other work because apparently they're all interconnected. So I think that would be really interesting, and hopefully we do like the next two books as much as we like the first one. Next is Bethany C. Morrow. So I read A Song Below Water and I really surprisingly enjoyed it. I would definitely read from her again. However, I know that this book has a sequel and I refuse to read it. I'm not going to do it because I can't stand the main character in that book. So if she writes something else or if she has other things, I do think that she has a remix of a classic. I don't think I've read the classic though. So would I still read that other book? Probably. I just haven't gotten to it, but that's something that I'll definitely think about because I did really enjoy that book. Next is Evan Winter. Robin and I read Rage of Dragons and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much, so I would definitely read from him again. I do know that the second book is out, however this is supposed to be a quartet and I don't think there's any information on book 3 yet, so I'm holding off and potentially will reread the first book when I do decide to continue the series. I just don't want to start it now and then just be waiting forever. So definitely yes, but probably not anytime soon. Then we have Sierra Simone. I read Priest and it was okay. I DNF'd the series though. I'm not going to continue. I don't really want to follow his brothers and I don't really want to keep doing the whole priest and nun thing. I'm not sure if this author has other work, but potentially I would read more by her. I also read Daughters of Jubilation by Lee Corthron and I really loved it. It was so good. It also made me cry, which I was not expecting. So I would definitely read more from her. I don't know if she has anything else. I will definitely need to look into it though, because literally everyone that I know that has read Daughters of Jubilation has loved it. So I feel like if she wrote something else, all of us collectively would enjoy it. I finally started Spy Family by Tatsuya Endo. I would definitely read more. I already have the next 2 volumes in the series. It is definitely one that I want to complete. I don't know if he has anything else, but once I catch up on Spy Family, I would definitely be interested to read more. Next is Etta Easton. I read The Kiss Countdown. I had an arc of it and I loved it. It is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I do have a review of it, so I'll have that linked in the cards and in the description for you. If I'm not mistaken, this is her debut and I would absolutely read whatever she releases next 100% because I loved The Kiss Countdown. It's so cute and it's such a feel-good story, so highly recommend. I know I've been talking about this a lot. If you haven't read that book, please do if you're a romance reader because it's so fucking good. Then we have Ayana Gray. I've read the first 2 books in the Beasts of Prey trilogy, I believe. I think it's just a trilogy, and absolutely, because I loved the first book. I think I rated the first book 4.25 stars and I rated the second one 4.5. I'm really excited to read book 3. Hopefully it has a satisfying ending. I'm really excited to finish this trilogy though, because it's one that I took forever to read and then wished that I had read it sooner. I read The Blood Trials by Davenport and I was not sure how I was gonna feel about it, but I really liked it. I'm really excited to read the second book, even though I've heard not great things. I am still very curious to see how everything works out because the end of the first book ended in a way that I was not expecting. So I'm intrigued to see how she's gonna wrap all of this up. Apparently not very well, but I'm still gonna read the book. And lastly, we have Kandari Blake, the author of 3 Dark Crowns. I felt meh about 3 Dark Crowns for the majority of it. However, the last 10% was incredibly interesting, so I am intrigued enough to continue on to the next book. Those are all the authors that were new to me in the first quarter of the year, and surprisingly, I would read from all of them. So that's pretty interesting. This list does not include authors that I have DNF'd, so if I did try something new and I just never finished it, they're automatically disqualified. But this is a pretty good run, so hopefully this continues through the rest of the year. I'll probably do another one of these in August, but let me know if you've read any new to you authors this year, if you liked them, what you read, if you're willing to read more. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.